All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to Star Wars Mark of Balance. My name is Mark, and today we will be getting into another Bad Batch thoughts and reaction video. And finally, they're getting back on track. I liked this episode. There were still some things I was a bit iffy about, but I think they definitely got the story moving again. And they teased a lot of things to come. They brought some characters back in, and the action was really cool. So overall, I was very happy with this episode. So I'll start with the things I like. Controversial opinion, I like Trace and Rafa. I enjoyed their dynamic with Ahsoka in the arc of the final season of the Clone Wars. I think it was cool to catch a glimpse of that side of the galaxy, the people that get forgotten, the people that live in the 1313 level of Coruscant. Why I think people didn't like the arc, other than the story not being the best. I'll be honest, the plot of it wasn't the best. But I think why people really didn't like it was that it was in the final season of the Clone Wars, and there was only 12 episodes, and 4 of them being taken up by an arc that wasn't as strong as the other 2. People are definitely going to be more upset about that arc. But I did like the sisters. I like their dynamic. I think Rafa, the sassy one, I like her. She's funny. But they came back. I wasn't expecting that, but that was really cool. It makes sense because they're always scavenging to make money for themselves. But I like that they've turned to more wanting to help the galaxy, like Ahsoka. They kind of learned from Ahsoka that, they shouldn't be out there for themselves. They should be wanting to help the galaxy. And that kind of comes in at the end when they're like, why are you just doing this to do this? Like, do you know where that droid's information's going? And they're like, no, we didn't really think about that. And they're like, you should, because we were going to do good things with it. And I like how they flipped that. And you could see all the Bad Batch were like, damn, like, what are we doing? We should try to be helping a little more. And I liked when Hunter said it was easier being soldiers, which is always interesting because in the Clone Wars, a lot of the clones are saying, oh, we want more independence, we want more freedom. And now that some clones have it, they're like, I don't even know what to do with it, which is a cool little theme to bring up. Like, independence is great, but, freedom comes with a lot of responsibility. So cool themes for sure. The action was really cool. I mean, in the middle of this droid factory, this decommissioning droid factory, and just the fact that this place has the biggest police force I've ever seen. I mean, Jesus, there was just police droids like flowing in from everywhere, and they never stopped. There was more droids in this episode than like large-scale battles from Clone Wars. It was ridiculous. And I also like that they're still, teasing this Wrecker thing with his inhibitor chip. I know it was pretty obvious they were foreshadowing it in the past couple episodes, but to hear him say, good soldiers, and then you kind of fall over, that's going to come back around, and that's going to be tough to watch because he was always the joyful one of the group, and now he's going to be, part of the problem. And in the end, we get a little tease with Trace and Rafa. They contact someone. They say it's a him, so we know it's a him. And they say, we found some rogue clones. We think you want to know about this. Now, who could it be? The guy looked like he was wearing Jedi robes, but I don't think it would be Obi-Wan or any Jedi that we know to be alive. I don't think that would make sense. I think the obvious answer is it's Rex, and they just tried to throw you off with the Jedi robe because who else would really care about rogue clones? And also, who was the last person that Rex was with? Ahsoka. Who was the last person Ahsoka was with? Trace and Rafa. I mean, it just makes sense that connection would happen. They would be in contact, and that he would try to be doing good in the galaxy. So I think it's Rex. Could come with something cool. Who knows? So we'll get into the stuff I didn't like. Omega. We gotta talk about Omega a little. I think she's been very shoehorned into a couple of these episodes for no reason other than the fact that they said she was going to be a part of the show and that she needs to be a part of the show. So there's been plenty of missions that the Bad Batch have gone on that there was just no business for Omega to be on, like these dangerous missions where she definitely can't contribute too much to it, and she's really only putting herself in more danger. I get that she doesn't want to just sit on the ship, but this was a really dangerous mission, and there was no reason for her to be on there if she couldn't even shoot her bow. Like, she literally couldn't even defend herself if she got cornered. I don't know why they would bring her. So sometimes I just feel like she's put in the show to say that she's in the show. Sorry, she's in the episodes to say she's in the episodes. The bow thing. In the first episode, did she not shoot a perfect dead shot accuracy bolt right at Crosshair's sniper from like 50 yards? Why is she using a bow? Give her a blaster. She was perfect with the blaster. She obviously can't even hold the frickin' bow. Give her a blaster. She was a sharpshooter. I have no idea why they're forcing her to have this bow. It just makes no sense. So we'll see where they take Omega. I'm not going to counter out because I know that for a character to be great, they have to grow. I know she's going to grow to be much better. But at this moment, I feel like she's just put in these episodes to be in the episodes because they said she's a part of the team. She's a part of the team. She's going to be a big part of this show, which is fine. But I think some of these missions she shouldn't be on unless she's a little more trained. It would have been cool to see her actually train with them and get more combat skills, or at least, more tech skills kind of, or be a medic, because she was a clone researcher for the biology of clones. Why wouldn't she be like a field medic for them? That would be really cool. Maybe we'll get there, but I don't see why she's using the bow. She was very good with the blaster. Let's just use the blaster. Come on. But yeah, I'm glad to see the show back on track. I think the last 2 weeks were a little iffy, but I like that they're back on track. Excited for next week. Let me know your thoughts and predictions in the comments below, and may the force be with you. See ya.